What's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Cheers. Got one person in so far. How's it going tonight? I think my post went through, so we'll see how many people join. Looks like we got one online currently. Getting that chat, hoping to give some garage updates and life updates and just some other general stuff. So, yeah. Anybody online currently? I see it says one is on there, but nobody's in the chat yet. So we will see. But we'll see how this goes. Had a few people on for the last one, so not sure. We will. Oh, second person in. Welcome. Thanks for joining the live stream, talking all things garage, some other updates, and yeah. Got two people in, get in the chat, start the conversation. Let's get it going. So, get some garage updates for everybody and some life updates, some channel updates. Hopefully, get to hear what you guys want to see on the channel. Some more. But, yeah. Shoot out a few more text messages here. How are you guys doing tonight? Nobody's typing in the chat, unless the chat's not working. Excuse me. What's everybody drinking tonight? Anything good? Live streams are tough when nobody's in the chat. 3 people. Here we go. Now we're getting started. Good evening, guys. Let's see what's going on here. 4 people. Welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying your favorite beverage. We got the High Life rolling tonight. Champagne and beers. Where's everybody from? Down to 3. Nobody's getting 4. Back up to 4. Welcome. Thanks for jumping on. We're talking all things garage. Get in the chat. Start the conversation. Let's get this thing going. So, yeah. Did you guys find your way here from Instagram or YouTube recommended, or where are you guys from? Nobody in the chat. Five people. Welcome. Hope you got your favorite beverage on this this nice Saturday evening. Thanks for joining us. We're talking all things garage. We're talking about race cars, talking about life. So get in the chat. Let's get this conversation going. Yeah. Not a lot of talkative people unless the chat is not working. I will try and make the chat work. Let's see. All right. Chat should be working. Get this thing going. So, garage update. We are currently in a bit of a holding pattern right now. We're still working on the design for the garage. We've had architects working on it, the interior designer working on it, and we're in a bit of a holding pattern right now, just from a layout standpoint, and then also confirming some specs and codes with the town and with the county. So, bit of a holding pattern right now. It's not the worst thing in the world though, because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if you haven't seen lumber prices lately, it is nuts right now. I mean, a 2x4 used to be like $3, $2 to $3, somewhere in that $2 to $3 range, and now they're 8. So obviously, the majority of the garage and the expense is not necessarily the materials, but when materials triple in price, it is significant. So um, currently, just still in the design phase of the garage. We haven't gone out for bids, haven't gone out for quotes. So, I didn't go out for quotes before lumber prices went absolutely through the roof. Um, but I have to think it has added at least 20 grand to my build if I were to build right now versus last year. So things just keep climbing, things keep skyrocketing. I'm not sure if there's an end in sight for it, especially because we're kind of hitting the spring building season right now. But overall, if I have to wait till fall to break ground, that's not the biggest deal. I just want to get the garage up before the snow flies. So, got 3 people on right now. Thanks again for joining. Get in the chat, start the conversation. I'm going to ramble on a little bit more about my garage. Let me know if you have questions. Tell me where you're from. Great to have you guys here hanging out on this Saturday night. Um, yeah, I know, man. It's not just lumber. Shingles have jumped up. Concrete is through the roof right now. It is crazy. Um, so I have no idea if it's going to come down because we're just starting that spring building season, and so everybody's trying to get stuff going right now. Now that the ground's thawed out up north, but it'll be very interesting to see if it comes down in the fall or if it just kind of stays consistent through the year, and to see whether they can get caught back up. I mean, I feel like with the things slowing down a little bit on the lockdowns, things opening back up more. Kind of always been open in Wisconsin. I mean, we still have the masks and everything like that, but I mean, I feel like with some herd immunity built up, with some other stuff going on, it it hopefully should come down a little bit. So um, I'm hoping that the mills are able to overproduce, catch up, get that supply back up, at least for lumber, and then keep moving forward. But man, in my day job, there's just ton of resin and plastics and everything that's going through the roof right now. And there's shortages. People are claiming force majeure on that stuff. A lot of the crazy weather knocked out power in Texas and froze pipes at a bunch of the refineries. So plastic is going through the roof right now. So yeah. But yeah, whereabouts in Canada are you from, Waylon? Been to Canada quite a few times, all over the country, from East Coast to West Coast. So welcome, number 4. We got 4 online right now. Hope you're enjoying your favorite beverage this evening. So if I can sit, steel is actually going up as well. Edmonton, nice. I have been to Edmonton before, way back when I was little, but I haven't actually considered building it out of steel. You know, steel's going up right now. I feel like, you know, it is comparable to lumber currently, but at the same time, I would just have to do so many things different from an architecture standpoint on my garage that uh, it would not be a fun change. So, um, yeah, yeah. But been to Edmonton, been up to Calgary, Edmonton, Banff area back when I was super little. So, but yeah, welcome to everybody that's online. Jump in the chat, keep the conversation going. Where's everybody from? We got Waylon from Edmonton. We got 3 others out there. Would be good to have you guys in the chat. So, Waylon, do you have existing garage? Or are you looking to build a garage in the future? Obviously, this channel is about my journey to build a garage. If you've subscribed to the channel, you've probably seen a number of updates over the years of the land sale with our neighbor to get through that, so we could have the proper setbacks to build our garage. That's finally done. That got done last year, and we've kind of rolled into spring hoping to break ground right away. But with these material prices going crazy, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So if you follow me on Instagram, Detached Garage, you'll see I've also purchased a Palatov. I am working on getting that registered right now. So it is at a buddy of mine's shop, Alpha Race Development, getting some work done on it, and hopefully should have the registration finished up within the next month. Wisconsin has some weird laws. So even though it is, I bought it from California, it is registered in California, it has full CARB compliance and everything. And California plates, Wisconsin is saying that they will not transfer and it will not be legal for road use. So trying to get that fixed. I mean, the car, if I didn't own the car and it still was owned by the previous owner and it had the same plates on it, and he brought it here and drove it around, it would be legal to drive on the road. So I'm trying to claim reciprocity with California, that Wisconsin should be able to title it and register it with plates, Wisconsin plates and everything. But that's just a huge battle right now. So just going through that with everything right now, but should get that registered here in the next month or so. We're taking it down to Shift Sector, Kansas, coming up here. What is that? The 17th of April. So hoping to run that down the half mile. So about a 2,000-pound car with 500 horsepower going down the half mile. Should be an absolute blast. I'm so excited to get it on track. And then we're going to be at Grid Life. Grid Life, what is that? Grid Life Picnic? Yeah, Grid Life Picnic. So we should be out there at Grid Life Picnic in May. So that's the end of May, I think May 22nd. So we'll be out there. Hopefully see a bunch of people out there. First road course outing for the Palatov. So that should be a good time. But yeah, I think, just excited that the weather's finally starting to warm up and get nice. And I still have to flip flop my existing garage over get all the winter stuff and shove all that stuff out, and get all the summer toys out and everything like that, and pressure wash all the salt off of the garage floor. But yeah, it's finally starting to be spring. Waylon, up in Alberta, you guys get all the snow off the ground yet? We've had snow off the ground probably for about 2 weeks now, 2 weeks ish. The lake is open and ice free already. So yeah, we're doing good. It's been kind of in the 40s here, so Yeah, things have been good. Spring has finally sprung, so that's good. Yeah, yeah, 2 weeks. That we're getting a little bit colder. It actually got up into the 60s. So, well, I've been working with Chris Freeman on his garage. Chris and I, we message back and forth quite a bit for ideas. So he's, reached out to me for some, looking for any potential suggestions for a few building materials or lights or garage doors or stuff like that. So I'm going to help him any way I can. He's down in Florida, so it's a long trip for me, and obviously this isn't my full-time job. I hope someday maybe it does turn into a full-time job where I can help with people's garages on a more regular basis. But right now, I just, whenever he needs help, he just kind of reaches out and we chat through what he needs. But yeah, I'm really excited to see his new place come together. It's looking awesome so far with the block building. So really excited to see that place to come together and see what he fills the garage with. Obviously, he's got the boat in process right now and got quite the fleet of vehicles. So hopefully, I can get help him out a little bit. I've been in contact with some videographers around the area, and I am trying to get out to do some garage walkthroughs and kind of overviews. That was another big reason why I started this channel, was not just to document my garage build, but to go to people's garages that they've already built and just, not necessarily do an interview if they don't want to. They don't have to be on camera. I've been helping out the Tesla garage. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check that out. But the first Tesla solar roof in Wisconsin is on this house. It's an attached garage. I've been helping Jason with layout and everything. So I'm going to go back out there and do that. But I like that interview format where you kind of shoot some of the B-roll of the garage itself. You're asking the owner questions, and I really want to get more into that about, these people who have built garages and lived with them for a little while of, what do you absolutely love about your garage? What are you so happy what design feature do you like best? What are you so happy you spent extra money to get done to the garage? And what are you really pissed off that you spent money on as well? So, looking to start that garage tour and overview series getting started soon. Hopefully, now that things are opening back up, people are more willing to, let people into their homes and their garages. And so I'm really excited about that. I've already reached out to the Triple F collection. They're trying to get me some dates on when we can get out there and not just film, but also bring the Palatov out so they can drive that. And so they said, I reached out to them this past week, actually. They said, give them a few days to get out there. So, or to get back to me with some dates that might work for them. So it will definitely be on the list. I'm trying to get out to Iowa and South Dakota and a few other Wisconsin garages. So there's a lot to do, but I'm excited to get that series out there, and hopefully that series can also help supplement some of the videos that I'm going to do on designing my garage, the next steps of the planning process for the garage. My goal is to general contract the garage. So I'm going to have to go through the bidding process and the contract process and everything like that. So hopefully some of these garage tours that I'm going to do, like the Triple F collection, can help, bring some additional content that, I've wanted to do so much more. We've just kind of been in this holding pattern about, with everything going on. So, yes, I've seen BDD is building a ridiculous garage right now as well. Hopefully, when we go out there, we can get to tour that also. So, yeah, we've got 3-4 people on. Waylon is doing all the heavy lifting here in the chat comments. Hopefully you're having you've got something good to drink, Waylon, tonight. But the 2 other people, get in the chat. Let's get this conversation going. Hopefully you guys are doing well Saturday night, and maybe even watching this from your garage TV. So yeah, we've had a good weekend here. Chandler Smith about his new build. I have not talked to Chandler Smith, but I will make a note of that to reach out to him about his new build. Get into the notes here. Chandler Smith garage build. I will definitely reach out. Thank you for the suggestion, Waylon. But yeah, so again, I've wanted to put out so much more content, but things have just been slow with the design and with lumber prices and material prices in general. But yeah, happy to have all you guys here. So Waylon, do you have a garage of yourself up in Alberta, or are you looking to build a garage, or kind of where are you at in your garage journey? I know for guys in Canada, up here in Wisconsin, like myself, up in the north, we love garages, and especially a heated garage. So it is kind of a must-have in the winter when you only really get to take the fun toys out, the summer fun toys. There's always the fun winter toys as well, but the summer fun toys only come out for about 6 to 8 months out of the year. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to a heated garage. Right now, the snow does not melt off the car in the winter. So we've got 4 on. Welcome. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a choice beverage this Saturday evening. Thanks for coming to hang out. Get in the chat. Waylon's been doing all the heavy lifting in the chat so far, but good to have everybody here. Ask me a question. Ask me really anything. I mean, we can turn this into an AMA if you want. But just kind of here giving garage updates and yeah, just hoping everybody's doing well and just excited to hang out with you guys. I don't know if you found me on Instagram or if you'd already. I know last YouTube live that I did, there were a bunch of people that follow Matt at Obsessed Garage as I do myself, and they just kind of recommended this video to them because they were surfing YouTube on late on a Friday or Saturday. I think I did it on a Friday night the other night, but yeah. So 4 people on, welcome. 5 people now, welcome to the live stream, the garage update, and the channel update. Hope you guys are doing well. Get in the chat a little bit here, and we can. Waylon messaging me on Instagram as well. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for sending that link over. That will definitely help. Yeah, it's a nice garage. So, yeah. Oh, what's everybody else up to this fine Saturday evening? Thinking about redoing the studio here a little bit too. I've got, as you can see, one of the pieces fell off the wall here, so I gotta get that back up, redo this area. But above my garage, I'm gonna have a lofted area where I'm gonna move this office up there, so I can have I'm gonna have a little bit better setup from a YouTube standpoint, and then also have a podcast studio up there as well, where people can come in and use the studio space. Above the garage as well be a workout area and kind of storage for miscellaneous car parts and whatnot. So definitely looking forward to having the garage structure up. So currently in my basement right now in this spare bedroom that kind of got turned into the YouTube studio. You can see if you go to my Instagram story and take a look at that, you'll see a little bit of the behind the scenes setup of what that looks like. So, yeah. Down to 3. We've got some quiet people watching. Let me see if there's a few other people that I think David was supposed to get on. He's been hounding me to go and do another live stream. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. We've got quite a bit of recent garage coverage on the Instagram. I try to do a daily post, and some of the feedback I've gotten, and I don't know how many of the 3 of you follow me on Instagram, but some of the feedback I've gotten is, stop posting these massive, unattainable, and I don't really believe in that word because I think everything is attainable if you are willing to make the sacrifices and put your mind to it, especially from a financial standpoint. Is me going to be, am I ever going to be an Olympic athlete? Probably not. Could I, if I put my mind to it in some sort of discipline? Potentially, yes. But I think from an attainability standpoint of material things, everything is practically attainable. You just have to make the sacrifices and put your mind to it. But hopefully I've been posting enough more realistic garage content for you guys. I try to keep it realistic on Instagram and try to keep it going here. Bill, thanks for getting in the chat. What's the newest update on your garage? So, still in the design process right now. Still working with the architect and with the interior designer. I should have a garage design video update coming out fairly soon. I would say probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, where I'm going to be looking for some of your feedback on different floor plan layouts for the mechanical room, for the bathroom, and for the lift and cabinet location, as well as on the door, the man entry door to the garage, where that should go compared, and where the pressure washing system is going to go. So my mechanical room is really the furthest thing away from the wash bay. So in my current house, I'm going to have a overhang that's going to be the wash bay, and so the detached garage is really going to be attached, and so that overhang will serve as the wash bay. And so I just keep thinking about where to mount the pressure washer system, and I don't really want to open the door and have to walk 30 to 40 feet to switch to the deionized water and then switch here and stuff like that. So really in the layout stage right now. I think we have the general size, footprint, overall location on the property nailed down. So that's good, but still kind of in that design phase of the finer details. And something that hopefully has come across in my videos on here and on Instagram is really that need for planning and planning the garage out, and especially utilities. And the slab is one of the most expensive pieces, and the foundation is one of the most expensive pieces. So you really want to get it right where your electrical is going to come through, where your floor drains are going to exit and go, and do you have to run to either the sewer system or to your septic field for the bathroom, if you can even do a bathroom, and where's the water going to come in. So we're kind of in that phase right now. So once we get the layout determined of where we want the bathroom to go, where we want the mechanical room location to be, where we want the electrical panel, then we can really start going out to and putting the plans out for bid once we get approval that yes, you don't need any variances. This is pretty much good to go and locked down. Then we can start going out to bid. And I think the challenge is going to be the electrical and the plumbing. So where the garage and mechanical room are going to be is basically the opposite corner of where my well is on the property. And so my well and pressure tank come into my existing basement. And then I'm going to have to I really don't want to do a second well on the property, is what I'm trying to avoid. And so I have to probably hire an engineer to figure out how to get, is my pressure tank and well pump sized enough where I can push water all the way out to the garage. And so I'm hoping that, once we get the plans done, I can get an engineer for that, and then really also start talking electrical, because I want to do solar on the roof of the garage and really kind of supplement and offset the expense of having this massive garage and heating and cooling and everything like that. So I'm trying to figure out if the house, which I'm in right now, is going to be the main panel or if it will become the sub panel, because I want to still I have 200 amp service to the house right now. And I also want to do 200 amp to the garage as well for chargers and welders and everything like that. So Waylon, that's a great point. I am going to do in-floor heating. So that's another challenge that I'm kind of working with right now is I can do in-floor heating, and I can also do in-floor heating for the loft above the actual garage area where I'm going to have the office and storage and everything like that. But I feel like I'm going to want some sort of, I'm obviously going to want air conditioning in the loft because that's where my office is going to be, and it's going to be just hot in the summer. So I'm debating doing a dual system with forced air and in-floor heat. So heating and cooling. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about mini splits as well, but I feel like that, being in a garage, you're going to want fresh air coming through, and then, any fumes or anything seeping through the ceiling or anything like that. I feel like that dual system and forced air with bringing fresh air into the house, working through, a energy recovery system would be great. But for sure, Waylon, I'm going to do in-floor heat and probably even in-floor heat in the loft above the garage. Bill, I'm planning to build a detached garage with a breezeway, thinking of going with a 24 by 32. You live in Georgia. Yeah, so Bill, I'm not sure if your breezeway is going to be similar to what I have to do with mine. So we live on about 3/4 of an acre. And so my maximum square footage that I can go with the garage is roughly 700 square feet if I do not attach it to the house. So that's a huge negative for me. I'm building basically 35 wide by 40 deep. And so with a loft as well. So my build really necessitates attaching it. So I'm not sure if your breezeway would just be similar to mine, where I have to have a 12-foot wide roof section to consider it an expansion of my house versus a accessory building or secondary building. So, or if you're thinking like a breezeway where it's just like like a lean-to or an overhang to the side. But I'm gonna have both. I will have a overhang to the side with like a little patio and hangout area, and we'll do like a fireplace out there and stuff like that. But 24 by 32 would be good. I would say try to go 32 deep if you can. I'm going 40 deep, and my whole goal is to be able to get a car in front and a car behind. So I can go too deep on one side of the garage and then pull in a quad cab dually long bed truck on the other side of the garage. And then the mechanical room will be right behind that. So, and the 35 wide that I'm going is really just extra space for car doors to open. So, if I wanted to pack the garage out, and um, this is something that the interior designer and I were looking at. So I could pretty much go one all the way back. And Waylon, this answers your question too. So on the garage, it'll be two stall or two garage door drive-in. I'm going to do 10 by 10 doors, and go straight back on the right-hand side, and the lift will be in that back corner. So I could do the lift and park another car underneath it, and then park another car in front of that. And the second garage door, technically, I could pull in probably three. So I mean, I could make this thing probably a 6 to 7 car garage if I squeezed everything in. But I'm thinking of it as more of a, call it a 4 car garage with one on the lift, one underneath that, one behind that, and then one on the other side. So that other side will be my daily driver spot. We currently have a 2.5 car garage right now that's not very deep at all, and it has stairs that come down to the basement. So it just takes away even more room for depth. So uh, right now, my wife parks the van on one side, and I have my Audi on the other. And I had to tear down the wall to the stairs and actually build up a little paver area so that I bump my tires into, so that I don't go into the stairwell, which is definitely not to code right now, but that's the only way it can fit cars in the garage. So right now I have that. And then when we build the new garage, I'll take my daily driver out, put it in the garage, as well as the Palatov will be in the new garage. And then that area where I used to park, we'll build that wall back up, and then we'll put all the kids' toys like the Power Wheels and everything there. So, hey, Alpha's on. Welcome. Hopefully, you're having a great Saturday evening. We got 7 people on. Welcome. Hope you're having a beverage of your choice. We're having the High Life, the champagne and beers here. So, yep. So Waylon, yes, I am doing a lift. It will be probably a 2-post asymmetrical lift, probably a bend pack or something like that, and 10,000 pound rated. That's what I'm looking at doing for the car lift. I feel, I've worked around a 4-post lift. They're okay for the type of work and maintenance and building that I want to do. A 2-post lift is just fine. And from a storage standpoint, I get it. They're not as safe for storage, but you can secure the car to them just fine. They work fine, and you can store one car on top of the other all winter long with no worries. So yeah, that's kind of the update on my garage build. Um, Taking a little longer than expected, but again, like Waylon and I were talking about, building materials and lumber prices are just outrageous right now. Get in the chat with the highest price that you've seen for a 2x4. This should be interesting. We'll see what you guys have to say. I talked to who did I talk to the other day? One of the guys in the lumber industry, and he just said, normal supply and demand, and then COVID hit, and the mills just kind of shut down because of confirmed cases and everything like that. So they had to shut the mills down, and so supply started to drop. Yet everybody's working from home and can get more work done. They want to finish their basement, or they want to build a shed, or they want to build a garage, and now they're home and they have the time to do it. So as supply is dipping down, demand is increasing, and they never were able to get caught back up. And now I think it's going to be even worse because we're getting to the spring building season, and the people that were conservative and didn't go out and spend money on DIY projects or building projects and stuff like that, and that are now seeing, okay, that things are starting to get back to normal, things are starting to turn back around, and the economy is still doing fairly well. Um, Even if it's propped up by trillions of dollars of government money, but we won't get into that. But yeah, so people who held onto cash and still have cash now are saying, okay, yeah, I'll spend that cash. And so you've got the spring building season kick in, which kind of takes lumber prices up anyways at normal times. And so now you just have the mills are still trying to catch back up, and you have this diverging curve that is just a recipe for crazy high commodity product prices right now. So we're seeing that happen. So I don't think I'll be breaking ground in the next 2 months. That's for sure. Probably closer to the fall. But again, for me right now, it's okay. We're still in the design phase. I still have to go and make sure I don't have to get any variances, and I still got to get quotes. So to me, it's not a big deal. It's summertime. Everything's great. If we break ground and get the frame and structure up before the snow flies, I will be happy. I will be very happy. So, as long as we can get the stuff up before the snow flies. So, Alpha, what are you wrenching on tonight? What's going on in the race development world? Six people on. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good Saturday. We're drinking the high life here, the champagne of beers. Hopefully, you guys have a beverage of choice as well. Thanks for hanging out. Feel free to get in the chat, ask questions, ask away. Always good to hang out with the fellow garage family. So, 2 new 6.2 LSs today. Nice. That's always a good day when some 6-liter and higher V8s show up. So it's always fun. LSA and an L99. Nice. Bill, I honestly, I don't see lumber prices going back down until potentially later in the fall. I mean, unless imports just start going crazy, and now there's a ship stuck sideways in the Suez Canal, so that's definitely going to affect the global shipping and importing situation currently. But gosh, I don't see a way where unless the economy just absolutely tanks and people start pulling back and start not building things, I think the demand is just too high right now. You got so many people I talk to, whether it's here or on Instagram or on Facebook, on all my social media pages. So many people are, at the same stage that I'm at, where they want to break ground on their garage and they want to build their garage, but they're just kind of holding back right now because, lumber has tripled. And again, the majority of the money you're going to spend on your garage, unless you're putting in like marble or gold plated hardware on your, cabinets and doors and everything like that, the majority of money you're going to spend is on labor. And so, yes, is it going to impact the garage price? Yes, absolutely. A 2x4 that used to be $2.80 or $3 or whatever, going from that to $8 or $12 in some cases is definitely going to have an impact. But if you needed 100 2x4s that's basically the difference between $300 and $800. It's not insignificant. That's real money, but at the same time, is it going to triple the price of your garage? It shouldn't. And that's a great tip for anybody who's looking to build and is listening to this. Do not let your general contractor and do not let your subcontractors use that margin percentage to jack, or use that pricing to help jack their percentage up. Do not let them do that. I've seen it time and time again where, people are like, well, that's going to be double now that the lumber's doubled. And it's like, no, the majority of the cost is in the labor, not in the material. Yes, material is going to go up, but, and I get it. They are going to get a deal that, where we are going to go, the common person is going to go to Home Depot and pay $8 for a 2x4 or $12 for a 2x4 right now. And a contractor is going to get it for 10 versus 12, or for 6 instead of 8, or something like that. Yes, and they should make money on it because they're having that pass through cost and they have to buy it before selling it to you. But at the same time, do not let them double or triple or, quadruple your cost in some cases. It doesn't add up. Tripling the price of material does not triple the price of a bid. So definitely be out there and be aware of that. So nice, Alpha. That is fantastic news. So for those of you who don't know, Alpha Race Development is helping me out and providing my race support services. So we are going to Shift Sector down in Kansas in April, less than a month away. We are going out there and running the half-mile event in Kansas with my Palatov D2. If you don't know what that is, Google it. There's only 23 of them in the world, and basically it's a tube chassis with mine has an LS3 V8 engine in it and a Quaife sequential 6-speed transmission. So we've been talking to Zengineering about a shift or a spark cut in the shifter, so I can flat foot shift. Even in a sequential, you're really supposed to lift your foot a little bit so you can get that dog ring to change the torque in the transmission just enough so when you're pulling back on that shifter, to be able to move that dog ring to the next gear. So Zengineering has a pretty cool system that works with OEM GM computers that does the spark cut for you, so I can flat foot shift with my sequential. So pretty excited about that. Daniel, what's up, brother? Hopefully you guys are having a beverage of your choice. Good to see you. Yes, contact your local state representative, senators, and congressmen about the RPM Act. Thank you for that plug. I think most of the people in here that are passionate about garages are also passionate about cars and modifying their cars and wanting to keep them on the road. So thank you for that plug, Daniel. So yeah, so we've got 6 people in. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Sean. This channel is all about helping you guys plan, design, build, and upgrade your garage. Also, I don't know how many of you have come over from Instagram, but go check us out on there. And yeah, thanks for watching. And if you're liking this content and hanging out, please consider subscribing. But yeah, so get in the chat as well. We're talking all things garage, talking all things cars, life, updates, lumber prices, lumber shortages, everything that's going on. Also, if you would hit that like button, it helps me out and gets this video out to more people out there. So appreciate it. But Daniel, I apologize. I know I had promised to do more live stream events, more content coming out. It has just been a whirlwind of trying to. It has been a whirlwind of trying to keep the garage build going, keep the day job going, and keep all things moving forward with 2 kids and a wife and everything going on. So it's been rough, but I'm going to try and do a live stream every month, and then hopefully have at least one video in between to help keep updated on the garage progress. So um, what's the future of gasoline cars? I think again, we talked a little bit about this last time, but I really think gasoline cars and call it just internal combustion engine cars still have a future. I think the fuel is going to be synthetic and lower carbon. So that is what I am. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen to keep the internal combustion engine around. So um, yeah, I don't I don't think you're going to destroy the auto industry. I think it's just going to change a little bit. So it's definitely the shift to electric has already begun. I myself am a previous Tesla owner and um, Rivian R1T reservation holder. So I've experienced electric. I love it. I would definitely drive an electric vehicle, not to save the environment necessarily, but because of the instant torque, the um, traction control and slip control that the R1T is going to offer with a motor at each wheel is going to be pretty fantastic. So you want a diesel Duramax straight piped. Well, I used to have one of those. I loved it. I had to sell it because we needed to put money down for a down payment on the house. But man, did I love that truck. I if I wasn't, I would definitely buy a diesel if I was not going to potentially buy an electric truck. I'm not talking about the Cybertruck because that is not going to happen anytime soon. I'm talking about the Rivian R1T. So we've got 7 people in here. For those of you who are new, I'm Sean. Thanks for coming to hang out. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday evening, grabbing a beverage of your choice. Get in the chat here because Daniel is just going crazy with his comments. So if you want to talk garages, talk lumber prices, talk race cars, talk whatever you want to talk about, get in the chat. Glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. My wife is out on a girls' day. All day today, and so I've had the kids. They're down. They're in bed, and now we're just in the studio hanging out. So get in the chat, start interacting, and ask away. But great to have 7 of you guys here. Not sure if you're subscribed yet or follow me on Instagram, or I actually look up the analytics for the story to see how many people. So 105 people have seen it, and 2 have clicked the link. So that is okay. About a 1%. That's about what I usually get. And 293 people have, and 2 late clicks from the other one. So here's a little behind the scenes of. Oh, that switched. So here's a little behind the scenes of what the studio looks like. So, yeah. If you're not following me on Instagram, that's probably where the majority of my followers are. So, yeah. Yes, companies do get into politics. That's their prerogative, Daniel. And I think it's a little outrageous on some of the claims, but at the same time, it's all right. I am glad Cadillac has and GM are now offering the inline six Duramax in the Escalade, in the Tahoe, in the Suburban, in the full size SUV category, and they are also going to put Super Cruise, or they have Super Cruise in the Escalade. Rumor has it will be going into the Sierra Denali. For the 2022 model year. So you'll be able to get a diesel, hands-free driving car. So I would be excited about that. As someone who has owned a Tesla and experienced Tesla Autopilot, it is fantastic for long trips, and would be really interesting if you could use it while pulling the trailer. I know for the camera system on the GM, you have to, use the GM camera and run that and plug that in and everything, but that works great. So I'd be interested to see if you would be able to, add some sensors to your trailer that could communicate with the software and with the car as well. So that would be interesting. So 7 people on. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well this Saturday night. Get in the chat, start the conversation. Daniel is going crazy here with his comments. So if anybody else, any of you other 7 want to ask some questions or chat about diesels, chat about garages, your garage build. Daniel, have you built a garage yet? Or what's your garage situation, Daniel? I'll ask that. Yeah. Alpha, I know Zingineering was at a event this weekend, so hopefully they haven't sold out of modules yet for the Palatov that hopefully we can get. So yeah. Daniel, I forgot you're only 15. Apologize about that. So my Duramax was a 2006. It was a GMC Sierra 2006 LVZ, and had a tune on it and full exhaust, and loved that truck. It was a great truck. I just didn't have a need for a truck at the time. So driving around in the truck, not having anything to pull at the time because I could barely afford the truck, let alone toys to pull behind it. So yeah. Don't know what that last comment means. I know you're using voice to text, Daniel, so I want to rewrite that one. Yeah, Zach, he was racing today, so yeah, hopefully we can get a hold of him and get that shipped ASAP so we can get that in the car. How's the Alpha? Is the Subaru running and driving, and when are you going to drop it off at the dyno for the dyno session? Subaru. Oh. 7 people in. Welcome. For those of you who just joined, hope you have your favorite beverage this Saturday evening. 8 people now. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know if you got here via Instagram or YouTube, or if the algorithm just kind of suggested the video to you. That'd be awesome as well. But yeah, let me know what garage questions you have, because we are O2 sensor in the Subaru is good to go. Nice. Really good. Really, really good. That's good news, because then get that up to the tuner, get that to Dr. Rich, and then we can start changing oil on the Palatov, doing full fluids, everything on the Palatov, checking torques to get ready for shift sector. Um, blue one with a black tube. That's brutal. I think the blue one works just fine. But if they must have black versus blue, I guess that's what needs to happen. So, you know, yeah. Daniel, prices are crazy for diesel trucks. Somebody might have 400,000 miles on their diesel truck and just they want $40,000 for it, and it's a 2006. It's crazy. So, yeah, it is nuts. But 5 of you on. Thank you again for hanging out. Bill, I don't know if you're on still or not, but tell me if Bill, if you are on. I know you had said that you're in Georgia and you're looking to build that 24 by 32. What else are you looking to do with that garage? Are you going to, is it going to be a fab area? Is it just going to be a showroom garage? Are you going to do washing in there? What are you going to do with the garage? Interested to see what you're doing with it and how you're setting it up. 24 by 32 sounds like a decent size. I don't know if you have size restrictions like we do here, or if that's what your lot will allow. But 6 people on. Welcome to the Saturday night hangout for Detached Garage. Get in the chat, ask questions, ask away. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your favorite beverage this Saturday evening, and thanks for hanging out. Talking all things garage, all things life. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, Daniel. When I go, I know you, Daniel. You want to make your garage look like an early 2000s GMC car dealership or truck dealership. Nothing wrong with that, Daniel. Do what you love. Do what you love. A 2004 Silverado SS. Yeah, they're a lot of money, but at the same time, if that's what you want, go for it. But yeah. Alpha, I do have an interesting opportunity for you and Andy potentially. At work, we've got at the full-time job, we have an order or a potential order for 10 mufflers for some standby generators. So there are a few pieces that would need a stamping for it, but let me know if you want me to send you the CAD over for that, and take a look. If you wanted to build those, we'd need 10 of them. So, yeah, but might be a good opportunity. 7 people on. Hey, thanks for hanging out Saturday night, talking all things garage. Thanks for watching. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, get at me. Motocross bikes, work on my toys, put a 2-post lift, going with 12-foot walls. So depends on the 2-post lift you do, but so the lift I'm looking at is the Bendpack. I forget. I think it's 10 ALX, the asymmetrical 10,000 pound lift, is 12 foot 6. So I'm going with 13-foot walls, and I will just squeak the lift in underneath the drywall. So just be careful. 12-foot walls, depending on the two post lift you do. So just be careful with that. Don't pigeonhole yourself depending on the lift you want. So what else? Two post lift, 12-foot walls. Are you gonna have Bill? Are you gonna have a motorcycle lift, like a scissor lift? That would be good to put in there. So um, yeah, that'd be good. Are you gonna have water run out there? Any pressure washing or fab or anything like that? Yep, Alpha. I'll definitely send you. I will definitely send you the CAD for that, so you can take a look at it, see if you want to bid on it or something. Basically, need 10 of those by end of May, so there's some time. So sorry, just texting the wife here. Five people on. Hope you guys are doing well. When is the Detached Garage website coming? Gosh, I feel like I just have to pull the trigger and do that. So I just need to get back in touch with. I feel like it was GoDaddy. I can't remember who has the rights to it, but I need to do that. It's going to happen this year, and you know, for those of you, Bill, if you're, I'm not sure if you're working with an architect or if you're working with like going to garageplans.com and found a plan you like or something like that. But my website that I'm working on, my goal and part of this channel is to document my garage build, and then I am buying the rights to my plans from the architect, and I will have my plans up on my website so that you could purchase them if you wanted, or anybody can. And then I'll obviously I have a good connection with the architect so that they can do modifications to fit your lot, to fit your needs. So if you're interested, and Bill, if you are interested in listing your plans on my website to help get those plans paid for and the expenses that you incurred to buy them paid for, let me know. Shoot me an email, detachedgarageinfo@gmail.com. But my plan is to list other plans for sale, the full materials list for sale on there, and also obviously offer garage design consultation services and everything like that. Nice. Water for a wash sink. That would be good. I think the biggest thing you're going to have to look at is the drain and whether you can just drain to the grade, or if you are going to have to connect to the sewer or a septic or whatnot. I'm going to actually have to do both in mine. So I will have a floor drain, so I can wash cars in there, and the soap and water can go into the floor drain, as well as in the winter, since it's going to be heated, pull the car in with a bunch of snow on it, and the snow will melt off and go down the floor drain. So that floor drain has to go to grade. It cannot go into the septic. So I might go to grade in like a French drain or something like that. And then I will have a bathroom and a shower slash parts wash area in there in my garage. So I'm going to have to run the floor drain to grade, and then the shower bathroom to the septic. So I'll have to connect that. So lots of pipes running all over the place. But again, if you plan it out right and spend a little extra time planning, It will make the foundation pour, the slab pour, all of that go much smoother when you're ready to pull the trigger and break ground on the garage. So, um, yeah, Daniel, I think your comment might be a little extreme, but at the same time, the EPA and if you guys aren't in favor of the RPM Act, definitely get behind it. Contact your state representatives, whether it's Congress or Senate, to help push that through. But yeah, some people, find their refuge in cars. Cars is their drug of choice, and going fast and having fun and modifying cars is their outlet in life, like a lot of us. So um, yeah, if they can't do that, then what are they going to do? But at the same time, yeah. No worries, Daniel. I know you're using text to talk, or voice to text, so no worries there. And Bill, I don't know what you're going to finish the interior of your garage with. If you're going to do, drywall, or if you're going to have open rafters, you can always plan it out so that even if your lift is 13 feet tall, or if it's 12'6" like mine is going to be, just position it between the rafters. It's not a huge deal, or the trusses. Um, so uh, having that in that specific area is not a big deal at all. To fit that, it makes the install of the lift a pain, but at the same time, yeah. For sure. Feel free to reach out, whether it's on here or email or YouTube. Definitely feel free to reach out. Spend, I, as a project manager by trade, spend a little extra time planning, and it will go a long way in your build to make it much smoother and easier. Um, you know, that's one of the number one goals I have with this channel, is to, I've never built a garage. I've never self general contracted anything. My goal is to help you guys, or people who are building garages, learn from my mistakes, come along with me for the journey, and, figure it out along the way. A lot of people, I feel like, are scared. And so they waste a bunch of money, paying a general contractor or something. If you can plan it out, if you can figure out what you need to do and spend a little more time up front, and maybe you don't break ground right away, or get the garage up this year, it might be next year. It's okay. Like, it's all right. Spend more time planning and get it done right. I love talking to people about garages, so feel free to reach out, whether it's on here, or Instagram, or wherever, Bill. But great to have you on tonight. Um, have I heard, Daniel? Have I heard of Car Mechanic VR? Yeah, yeah. So I think it would be called more AR, or augmented reality, where you have glasses on that project something that only you can see when you're looking at the car, or something like that. Um, so yeah, Alpha, we were talking about garage walkthrough videos earlier before you got on. They are coming soon. So I've been in touch with the Triple F collection. They said they would get me a few dates this coming week that would work for them in the next few months. So hopefully next week, I will get a few dates from them that work, so we can go out there. That would be awesome. So for those of you who are logged on and weren't logged on earlier, in addition to following my journey and documenting that on this YouTube channel, I want to go to garages that help inspire people, and also go to these garages that people have lived with for a little while, and what they're really happy they did in a specific design feature of that garage, and what they're really upset about. Like, why did I ever do that? Why did I design the garage that way? So that's what I want to do. Just another avenue of content for you guys to help you out when you're building your garage, and get ideas, and figure out what people are really, really happy they spent the extra money on, and what they're really upset about that they spent the extra money on that they don't need or use or anything. So yeah, garage walkthroughs will be coming soon. And if you have a garage that you want me to walk through, shoot me an email, shoot me a message, let me know. And if you guys are having fun, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate it. It definitely helps me out, get the word out a little bit more about the garage stuff. So just going to my analytics here, I've posted on my Instagram that I was doing a live stream. So 305 people have seen the first one, 125 have seen the second one, and 2 people have clicked the link. So if there's 4 people on right now, if you are one of those 4 people that clicked the link from Instagram, welcome. Thanks for following on Instagram and looking at the story. Do I think it's a good idea for GM to pay 20%? Daniel, I don't understand the question, but maybe you can ask it a different way. Alpha, is Andy still at the shop? Is he hanging out still? Is he welding on anything? Or did he go home? Four people on. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys hanging out on this Saturday night. We are 2 beers deep, almost. Well, you're in 3/4. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your favorite beverage this Saturday evening. Winding down. It is winding down. 10:45. Andy broke his thumb. Oof. Is that was that with that hammer strike where he was hammering and had a bit of an incident with his other hand? I think they got the General Motors needs to pay 20 to 30% other debt. Daniel, your voice to text is just killing me here. Something like that. Anyways, 4 people on. If you're new and just joining, welcome. Cheers. Hopefully you're enjoying your favorite beverage this evening. Get into the chat and start the conversation. We're talking all things garage. We're talking cars. We're talking life. We're talking lumber prices. We're talking everything. So not really an AMA. Ask me anything, but if you want to ask me anything, get in the chat. We're rolling here. 5 people now. Welcome, late nighters or early morning, depending where you are in the world. We've got. I know we have Daniel on. I know we've got Alpha on. So there's 3 other people on. I don't know if Bill is still on or if he logged off. I know he's in Georgia, so it is 11:49 his time. But yeah, Palatov update. So in the process of trying to get the Palatov registered, We had the State Patrol come inspect the vehicle on Wednesday of this week. So my Wisconsin laws are really weird. So the vehicle was owned, titled, and registered in smog legal in California, which is obviously a state that it is the most difficult to get anything done. And so legally driven on the road, has plates on it in California. And so if that owner still owned it, and drove it to Wisconsin, they could legally drive it around Wisconsin because the United States, reciprocity with other states, it's not a big deal, not an issue. You can drive from California to Wisconsin and drive around in Wisconsin. But Wisconsin does not have a specific category for this vehicle that would allow it to be registered without reciprocity, unless it's either 20 years old or older, or if it's a replica of something, or since it's a home built, it needs to have, according to the inspectors that we talked to, it would need to have the safety standards for the year you're applying for the title. And so that's 2021. So this would have to have anti-lock brakes, stability control, airbags, a backup camera, all these other things that are completely possible to put on the car. Again, anything is possible with time and money, but would really take away from that authentic, driving experience, that analog driving experience that you're going for with this car. So I am hoping, and there's a few paths to get the Palatov registered. The shortest one would obviously be they've already inspected the car. They say it passes all the state safety requirements, because it does, not the federal requirements with the airbags and stability control and all that stuff. So it passes all the state safety requirements, like turn signals, horn, windshield washer, sprayer, everything like that. It passes all those. So the best thing would be it passes all those. They give it reciprocity because it's already registered and titled and smog and carb legal in California, that they would just allow it to come in here. That would be the fastest, easiest way to do it. I think what's likely going to happen is they're going to say, no, it's not legal for road use. Then I'm going to have to try and appeal that and use the reciprocity, use not just the reciprocity from there, but there are 23 other Palatovs registered in the United States, and use the Indiana ones, use the Illinois, the other Midwest ones to say, hey, Wisconsin, there is no reason you should not allow this to be road legal. So that would be my plan. And then the other plan would be, I would just need to register it out of state and keep it here only in the summer. So that would be the other plan. So that's the update on the Palatov. Gosh, Alpha, I am so excited to run that thing down the half mile coming up here in Kansas. That is going to be an absolute blast. Whether it's road legal or not, you don't have to be road legal on a runway. So Shift Sector, Kansas, be on the lookout for that. Bill, glad to still have you here. Glad you're enjoying the chat. I know you were talking about motocross or motorcycles. I'm not a huge motorcycle guy. I get it. I understand the freedom. I've driven and ridden on motorcycles before. The freedom of just you and the bike and the open air around you and everything like that. But man, there's something about having a steel cage around me and more visibility and not having somebody pull out in front of me and going over the handlebars and all that. But yeah, so, but I get it. I get it. And obviously, if you do motocross and you're more off road and trail and jumps and whoops and everything like that, that's a different animal than um, uh, than riding a motorcycle on the road. But yeah, definitely more of a car guy than a bike guy. But I can appreciate a good bike. So Alpha, gosh, it's got to be a minimum of 150. I would be. I'm going to be upset if it's less than 150 in the half mile. I I mean, unless I spin the tires all the way down the track, I don't think there's any way it could be less than 150 in the half mile. So thanks for shooting me a follow on Instagram, Bill. I appreciate it. Um, and I'm on Facebook as well. Right now, the Facebook and Instagram content is pretty much the same. But if you want to follow me on Facebook as well, you're more than welcome to as well there. But yeah, Daniel, I have not seen the new South Park episode. I trying to think. I have not had cable or satellite or anything like that in, gosh, it has been over 7 years now. We do YouTube TV, which we get a few of those channels here and there, but mainly the reason we do that is for Formula One for me. I don't know if we've got any Formula One fans here. Obviously, the first race of the season is coming up tomorrow, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Mercedes actually has some contenders, and that flag on the wall right there, that's a Mercedes AMG Petronas flag. So where my allegiances lie, but it is awesome to see Red Bull. So Max Verstappen took the pole for the race. Sorry, spoiler alert. I should have said that if some of you are Formula One fans and did not know. Yeah, so I'm in 2 Formula One pools this year. Both of them have very different rules, but really excited about that. So hopefully the race goes well tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I'm also excited that it's a night race in Bahrain. So it's in Central Time Zone. It's at 10 o'clock in Sunday morning. So that is a good time for me. So, Alpha, what is your prediction for the mile per hour for the Palatov in shift sector coming up here? Bill, you race motocross. You are a better man than I am, my friend. I don't know. 2 wheels, I just don't have the balance either. I just don't have the skills and ability needed to do that. And I never grew up on, bicycle or motorcycle, something like that. So, um, I obviously I rode a bike and would go off, curbs and jumps and stuff like that. But anything over 3 feet off the ground was just scary and foreign to me. So I'm impressed. I could not race motocross. That's just not my thing. But I enjoy watching it. It's always fun. Gearhead, motorhead, anything with 2 wheels or no wheels. I'll watch a boat race as well. So Alpha, your prediction is 162. I don't think you're that far off. I really want to crack 160. 2003 Cadillac CTS that I'm doing an LS swap. Nice. Very nice. you should hook up with Alpha Race Development here. They have Alpha. What year is the CTSV that's in the shop right now? I know it's a newer one. It's not like the early 2000s like Bill's, but there's a Caprice in there as well. But yeah, you should check out Alpha Race Development for any help or anything you need on that swap. I know you're in Georgia and we're in, Alpha and myself are both in Wisconsin, but yeah, check them out. Fabrication shop as well. So yeah, 5 people in the chat. Welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying your favorite beverage of choice. I am 2 beers deep for an hour and a half. That's not throwing them back very fast, but yeah. Hope everybody is having a great Saturday evening. Oh, we got 5 people on. This is exciting. I think last live stream we did, what do we have? I think we averaged pretty much 3 people the whole time, and I think this live stream we've pretty much averaged about 5 people the whole time. So we were up as high as 8 or 9 this stream. So always good to have people hanging out on a Saturday or Friday night. Friday night, I think, was the when we did the last time. But yeah, so yeah, welcome. For those of you who just joined the live stream, where are you at? What kind of garage do you have? Are you building a garage? Do you have one? Have you had one for a while? Let us know in the chat. And let's get the conversation going a little bit more. It is winding down a little bit. It's 11 o'clock here, but at the same time, we've got I'm on dad duty tonight. The wife is out on a girls' night, so I am checking the monitor here for the kiddos, make sure they're still sleeping. But yeah, we've got 2 passed out kids, which is good. So yeah. Nice. LS 6.2. That is any ideas for a shipping container garage? Oof. You know, the challenge with the shipping container garage is you're going to have to cut a lot of the sidewall out of the shipping container to have it wide enough where you can open the doors, right? So it's doable. You're going to have posts in between unless you weld a support beam in between the 2 of them. But then at that point, you kind of lose the shipping container vibe, I guess, that goes between them. So yeah, it's good and bad. The challenge is whether you want it to still look a little like a shipping container, or if you want, the shipping container, the full shipping container vibe. That's the challenge between them. Bill, good to have another fellow racer on. Obviously, don't race motocross, but great to have a fellow racer on. I think that's one thing Alpha and I are passionate about is getting people, no matter what it is, what racing, whether it's SCCA or Grid Life or motocross or boat racing or whatever it is, getting into racing. If you've never experienced the thrill of racing, you need to. And getting on a racetrack, whether it's time attack or a quarter mile or a half mile or eighth mile, whatever it is, just getting on a racetrack, people need to do that. They need to experience that. So good to have a fellow racer on. Oh, yeah. So 5 people on. Thank you again for joining the live stream tonight. Get in the chat. Let us know where you're from. We've got Daniel. Daniel, I love you, buddy. Your comments go from GM early 2000s GM SUV stuff to Nike is evil, now the cause of a new show. So, yeah. But anyways, good to still have you on, even though you've got the randomness going here. But yeah, so still 6 people on. Welcome. Thank you for joining the show. Get into the chat. Let us know where you're from. Hope you're doing well this Saturday evening, and hope you have a beverage of your choice. We're drinking the High Life. We're now 2 1/4 beers in, even though we've been going for an hour and 36 minutes here. It's still a lot of good time. So, yeah, gosh, the other 3, well, now it was 4, now it's probably 3 people have been so quiet this evening. The last time we had it, a lot of the chat was going strong. So, get into the chat, liven it up a little bit. Throw a random topic out there, even like Daniel saying Nike's evil. Daniel, you strongly recommend going to Rumble. I don't know what that means, but it's all right. Down to 4 people. It's getting late. We'll see how lively this crowd gets here. But yeah, anybody else on building a garage or has built a garage want to share about your garage? All right. Well, it's getting late. We've got 4 people on. Chat's kind of degraded a little bit. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining. I hope you're doing well. If you guys would, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching Detached Garage. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, or here, or email detachedgarageinfo@gmail.com. We'll try to do one of these live streams every month and try to fill in between the monthly live stream. We'll try to fill in with some garage tours, some garage updates, some garage design discussion, everything here and there. Let me know what content you want to see. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great evening and a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Formula One race tomorrow, the first of the season. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.